do reviews, but this is what I think about it. A couple weeks ago, I attended the North American launch of the Guerrilla 450 with Royal Enfield in Milwaukee. It was pretty cool, and the bike is even cooler. Even cooler than that, they let me take this thing home. Only for a month. Thank you very much, Royal Enfield. And I've got 1,000 miles on this bike. It just came out. I don't think anybody else has that many miles, except for my friend Morgan. Yo, buddy, I need you to send me a video.
Hey, Morgan here. Yeah, I've got about 4,000 miles on my bike now, and it's really surprised me in a lot of ways. It's just a little bit better at everything than it should be. It's a little better on the highway. It's a little bit more nimble in the twisties. It's a little bit just like lighter and more fun and peppy off the line. And I make all my friends ride it because it's fun, it's easy, but it's also a bike that experienced riders can have some fun on.
If you want technical analysis paralysis, I'm sure there are other videos on the internet that can break this thing down for you. I'm gonna try and break down what this bike actually feels like and where and who it's relevant for. I've taken this thing around the city, I've taken it off-road, I've taken it on country roads, and I'm about to take it to the track. That's coming at the end of this video. The singular word for this bike is fun.
Woohoo! Well, I told you I'm not going to read off the spec sheet, and I've already told you that it's a lot of fun. But what do I mean by fun? Because motorcycles are fun. This has like this kind of really low commitment kind of fun, a carefree kind of fun. It's playful. You can do fun things slow, you can do fun things fast. You can reach this easygoing zen kind of a ride. It's cheap. It looks good. The fit and finish is nice. It comes with pretty much all the features that I could want. It handles well. The suspension, the brakes. It's just a really nice little platform. In a way, it's almost the most un-Royal Enfield Royal Enfield has ever made. That's not a dig at the company or anything, but it's also very much in line with their ethos. They've always tried to make a balanced, fun, simple motorcycle. And that is exactly what this is, you know? So we're turning into my 0 to 60 test ground here. Closed course, professional driver, you know the deal. There's another key highlight about this motor in particular that has always been true of all the Royal Enfields, in that it has torque down low. But the power of this thing is pretty much flat. It's at the peak power from like 4,500. Peak torque's actually at 5,500, but basically right now, where am I at? I'm at 2,500 RPMs in second gear. I just open the throttle and it's gone. There's it. Let's do that in fourth gear. 2,000 RPMs. You just open the throttle and it'll chug away. And that's just really convenient. It's really nice.
So I think you get the point. I'm not going to try and oversell you. I think this is just a fantastic bike. Not for what it is, it just is. I've seen some other reviews out there though. Some people go hard in the spec sheets. I do, however, have two gripes. First is the tripper display. There's nothing wrong with the display. It's great, it's beautiful, it's laid out well. The fact that you can put your Google Maps on there and it will tell you where to go is fantastic, except for the simple fact that you have to leave your phone plugged in and leave it unlocked, which means you have to put it on the bars or in a tank bag, and that screen basically is your navigation anyway, which makes the tripper dash kind of redundant. I wish that you could just leave the phone in your pocket, locked, where it's safe from vibration or heat or the elements, and let the dash do what the dash is designed to do. I do think they'll figure this out at some point, but that's not how this one works. Second thing are the tires. I don't really have a problem with the tires that come on it. They're perfectly grippy. They're like 90% on-road, 10% off-road, and they do go off-road decently well. They're pretty soft. They wear through kind of quickly. There's still plenty of tread on these tires. Some people complain about that, and I think it's valid, but also not really an issue. The reason it comes with the Seats or the MRFs or whatever normally comes on the Royal Enfields is because they're inexpensive for Royal Enfield, and they pass that saving on to you. You're never going to get as complete of a package as you do with a Royal Enfield for that price. And if that's one of the ways that they have shaved some price off, that's fine, because tires are a consumable. What I would recommend is go through the break-in period with those tires, and if you need more grip, you want more grip, go get better tires. It's worth it. So that's what we're gonna do. We got the Sticky Icky Fresh Bridgestone Batlax RS10s racing street, not street racing. The next day, we're at the track in Crescent, Texas, and we're gonna try and suss out this little theory that I have, that this bike is low commitment and maximum fun. Normally when we come out here, we're on these, and they're great fun, but it's a full kind of a commitment. We also used to have 2 Grom. They had Olin suspension, brakes, slicks, everything to actually do a track day properly on such a small bike. And they were fun for end of the day, low commitment, slow fun, and they were also great for beginners. If you're coming to the track for the first day, you got to go out on that first just to kind of understand what's what. And I think that the Guerrilla slots itself directly in between a full-on Supermoto 450 and a Grom, where you get the best of both worlds. You get to go kind of fast, but you have very low commitment and ease of use. And to test my theory, I've invited my own personal Stig, Mr. Pete Kelly. He's gonna put this thing through the paces because somebody's gotta shoot this thing. I'll get some laps later.
Yep.
How do you feel?
It's nice. It's nimble. It feels so much lighter than you tell me it is. These tires we scrubbed in the tires, starting to get traction, starting to take a little bit more liberties with the corners and leaning off the bike, and feels stable. It's got the power, the responsiveness. I mean, it's peppy and it's fun. It's very nimble.
All right, time for me to have some fun. So I have about 6 laps. You have about 15 laps on this thing.
A dozen or so.
What's your take?
It is fun. It's nimble. I wouldn't have been able to guess the weight because it feels very familiar to me.
Yeah.
I'm used to my KTM 500 that weighs 260 wet, and I have a lot of traction, and I can flick that thing around. And this thing, there is, another 100 pounds, I guess, or more on this. I never would have been able to tell you that because it feels great. It's nimble.
So this bike is bone stock. All we did was change the tires. We're at a track, so we're putting proper rubber on the thing. And you can go over as far as you want. You do start scraping the pegs.
Scraping.
And then you're scraping even more.
That's low. We tilted the bike. It's low.
I got to a point where it's really scraping.
He'll show the tires. There's no chicken strip left.
Yeah, there's maybe a millimeter of chicken strip left, and that's only because you're really scraping the pegs. There's nowhere more for it to go. You solve that with rear sets. At one point, I went really low, and there was still more grip. there was
Yeah.
still more grip. And I think obviously that's
You
tires,
just
but
have to
it's
deal with the
also the
movement.
chassis.
Yeah.
The chassis is compliant.
Yeah, this,
I think the whole point is just to test the bike as is, like in extreme condition, that being the track. But if you want to be a spirited rider and you live near some twisties or something, but this bike's also pulling double duty. I think that's the word. Like, it's a grocery getter, it's a commuter, but you also want to have fun. If you live near twisties on your way home from work, this can do it. Like, it's not a rocket ship.
ride to the track, do the track,
Yeah.
ride home.